Hi everyone, my name is Mary and today we're making New Mexico flat enchiladas. These are stacked enchiladas and I'm making two different types. The first type will be with ground beef and the second will be your traditional enchilada with a fried egg. So put your aprons on and let's get cooking. Guys, make sure you refer to the comment box below for correct measurements and instructions. Now let's get started on our enchilada toppings. You're going to shred lettuce, diced tomatoes, you'll need whole olives, 4 cups of cheese, onion, sour cream, cilantro, and avocado. First, we're gonna start by shredding the lettuce. And I just cut this in long strips. You're going to need 2 large plates to put all your toppings on. I used a platter and my little taco topping container. Next, I am dicing a 1/4 of an onion small, and this I'm just using for the ground beef. But if you like to top your enchiladas with onion, I would suggest chopping another half onion. Next, I am removing the leaves from the stems on the cilantro. And then I'm gonna dice this into small bite-sized pieces. I just roll it into a little ball and then dice it straight across. Easy peasy. Next, I'm dicing the Roma tomatoes, and I cut these into bite-sized pieces. You can just cut these into wedges, but I don't like to cut everything at my plate. I rather just have everything ready to go. Next is the avocado. I just slice around the seed, twist it, and then cut these into 1/4 pieces. If you do the 1/4 pieces, you can peel the back off really easily. Then I turn it upside down and cut these into long strips. And then turn it sideways and then chop it into bite-sized pieces. So my toppings are ready to go. We have onion, cilantro, lettuce, tomato, whole olives, and avocado. Next, we're gonna start on the enchilada sauce with the ground beef. So I started with 1½ pounds of ground beef and 1/4 cup of diced onion. You're gonna add 1 tablespoon of minced garlic or 2 diced cloves. And then you'll season with garlic salt and pepper, or just salt and pepper is fine too. And I'm just gonna brown all of this up. The meat I purchased was 15:85 fat ratio. You could do 80-20, but you definitely need the fat to create the gravy. Next, I'm adding a whole package of the New Mexico chili powder. Now there's 2 different heats. You can get regular or hot. And I'm adding 3 tablespoons of flour. And this is gonna make the gravy sauce. So I'm just browning this, mixing it with the chili powder, and it's gonna take out that flour bland taste. It's gonna cook right out. Now, if you do not like heat, I would suggest maybe only using 2 tablespoons or half of the package of regular New Mexico chili or California Anaheim chili powder. Next, I'm adding in 4 cups of water. And what I'll do is just get the spatula and scrape the bottom of it and kind of just move it around. This is on medium-high heat, and we're just gonna wait until this starts to boil so it thickens. Next, you're gonna add all of your seasonings. I'm adding onion powder, garlic powder, And the traditional way to make this sauce is just to use garlic powder and salt, or just garlic salt. I'm adding cumin and chicken bouillon. So if you don't have all of these extra spices, garlic powder and salt, or just garlic salt is the traditional way and perfectly fine. It's still gonna taste amazing. And I want to give a shout out to Lisa. Hi Lisa, thank you so much for teaching me this amazing recipe. Lisa is my ex-mother-in-law and I love her like a mom. I learned how to make this when I was young. I met her when I was 16 years old, so she's taught me a lot of different ways of cooking and a lot of yummy recipes. So anyways, I'm just waiting for this to boil and thicken up. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes to thicken. And once it starts boiling, I lower the heat down to medium and it will gradually thicken. You could even do like a medium low. Now, if you'd like to use a whisk, you can, but I like to use a spatula because the ground beef we're gonna need to scoop onto the tortillas. And you know what? It breaks up perfectly anyway, and it doesn't scratch your pan if you're using a Teflon pan. So see how this is just thickening up really nicely. And the ratio for making sauce or gravy is for every tablespoon of flour, you use 1 cup of water. Next, we are frying the corn tortillas in oil. Make sure your oil is at medium heat. And you're just gonna fry it for about 30 seconds on each side. And see how I scoop the ground beef onto the top of the tortilla. And you just go directly, fry the tortilla, throw it in the sauce, and repeat the same thing. My husband likes 3 layers of his enchiladas stacked. So once you get to the top, you just top it with all those toppings we diced. So lettuce, tomato, the olives, I pop them with my fingers to break them apart. And then a little cilantro and avocado. Next, I will squeeze on top the sour cream. And the traditional way to make this is to put all of those toppings off to the side. So this is my final plate, and then right here is the traditional way to plate the enchiladas. Just put the avocado on the top. So next we're going to prepare enchilada sauce with no meat. And this is for my daughter and any other vegetarian or vegan out there that wants to make enchiladas but with no meat. I am using shortening here. You can use any type of oil, corn oil, olive oil, whatever you have at home. I just like the flavor this gives. And again, I'm adding the entire package. If you don't like heat, here's the 2 examples of the New Mexico chili that I got. One is regular and one is hot. So there are different heats out there. You can definitely get it online if you don't have a Hispanic, Mexican, or international store near you. So for this, I did 4 tablespoons of flour and 5 cups of water. And if you want to follow that ratio of 1:1 flour to water, you can do 4 tablespoons of flour and 4 cups of water, and then just see if it needs to add a little more water. So here I added a little bit more oil to the pan because, again, if you see my other enchilada recipe, it needs to be at this paste consistency. Once it starts boiling, you can then add in your water. And I am just breaking up everything at the bottom and pouring in the rest of my water, and then we will add the same seasonings again. So I am adding garlic salt and powder. Onion powder. Ground cumin. I use cumin and bouillon like it's water. Chicken bouillon. And for this recipe without the meat, I actually added a tomato bouillon. Again, the traditional way to make New Mexico chili is by just using garlic salt for seasoning. So you don't need to add any of this. I just am in the habit of adding these ingredients to all of my dishes. So I love the way this tastes, so this is why I add it. So you can try it my way or just keep it the traditional way, whatever you prefer. This is my recipe I'm sharing with you. Anyways, I am bringing this to a boil and it is on medium-high heat. Now that it's boiling with this rapid boil, I will turn down to a medium-low heat to allow it to thicken. And this will take about 20-25 minutes to thicken. Only because I added more water to this, so it will take a little bit longer to heat up. Look at that beautiful color, yummy. This is so amazing, you guys are gonna love it. I am so excited to share these recipes with you. And for all you out there who don't know me, my family is from New Mexico, so I am Spanish and Mexican. So next I am preparing the corn tortillas. We're frying them in oil again, just like we did with the other sauce, for about a minute, and then throwing them into the sauce. And you can pre-fry all of your tortillas and pile them up on a plate with the paper towel to drain the oil. I was just taught to fry and put them directly into the enchilada chili. So it's up to you. And don't look at that egg, it's horrible. I had the heat on too high when I fried my first egg, so that was my egg, and now my husband gets these perfect eggs. So keep your heat on medium if you're doing the fried egg, and you are going to need to do these over easy or over medium. Him and I both like them over medium. So again, it's the same tortilla sauce cheese, and then on the top of the cheese you're going to put the fried egg. And then that is the traditional way to make these New Mexico chili enchiladas with the fried egg. But I made mine ranchero style. I added some sauce on the top of it, and I added some of my chili verde salsa. And I had rice, Spanish rice prepared, so I put this on the side and my salsa. And I will post a link for this chili verde salsa, so you have that as well. That is another delicious recipe. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share this with your family and friends, and stay tuned for the next recipe. Thanks again. Bye-bye.